Okay, I don't know anything about anything, but one thing I do know is that when you know your worth, when you know your value, baby, doors open for you. Like, so many opportunities become available to you. It's crazy. And just the same, though, we also have to talk about those folks who see that you know your value. They peep that you recognize what you're worth. And instead of like meeting you at that level or just leaving you alone, they do whatever they can in their power to take you down a peg. Now, the whole idea of like humbling other people is so insane to me. Like, somebody said it on TikTok a few days ago. I saw it, they were like, confident people don't feel the need to humble other confident people. So if you are going around humbling people, baby, you need some work done, to be honest, to be frank. And it is what it is. There's no judgment. But I don't know. I think this life is too expansive, too full of opportunity for us to be meddling in the lives of others just because, we feel a certain way. Also, I am now in traffic, so I have to be vigilant of traffic. Yeah. So many people go around trying to humble others. And like, I've never once thought to myself, let me bring this person down a peg. Let me humble them. Like, never ever. Also, side note, you know what truck I just saw? You know what message I just received? For whoever. I just saw one of those trucks that say, we're always there for you. And I love that. Because a little bit of backstory. The first time I ever saw one of those trucks was in Indiana. And I immediately took it as a sign of like, your spirit guides are always with you. And I thought it was just like an Indiana thing, Ohio thing, because it's an Ohio truck. But I've been seeing them here, and I'm like, thank you guys for letting me know that you're always there. you know? But yeah, if you notice that people are trying to humble you or like bring you down a few levels, there's several ways to deal with that. There's several ways to deal with anything, obviously. One way is to let it fuel you. Let it hype you up. Recognize that the only reason why they're trying to do that is because they see you as superior. They see you as something to overcome. And it's unfortunate for them because at that point, their minds are so warped. They're so twisted. Like, I try not to talk in this way too often, but a lot of people in this world are twisted in the head. Like, far past recovery, And the only one that can save them is themselves, but they don't even realize that they need saving. So it's like, oh well, Don't ever fall into the habit of shrinking yourself for the sake of others. Like, if you really, 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 really feel like it's necessary, because we have the ability to do so for a reason, if you really feel like it's necessary, mitigate your time with them. Make sure you are spending as little time as possible with these people that are trying to humble you and devalue you, etc., etc. And I want to say something sly, because devaluing isn't always a conscious action per se. Sometimes it's when you, how do I say this? Because I'm like thinking of a specific situation, like, let's say you are a multi-faceted individual, right? Which most likely you are. and you have many skills, many talents, many abilities, and you get hired to be like a live-in person for one of those particular talents, right? And that's cool, that's dandy. But then you notice that, like, other than that one talent, you're not valued. They don't care. Like, it's just about that one thing. You know, maybe you're a chef, amongst other things, and like you only ever get asked to cook. You know, but meanwhile, you're also like this amazing healer, this amazing spiritualist, this amazing intuitive, you know. You're also like a plethora of things, right? But these things, they don't care. They don't care, you know? And on top of that, they don't even say thank you for like what you do, you know? And that may or may not be intentional. Sometimes it's not intentional, and we have to, you know, nuance is important. Sometimes it's not intentional. Sometimes they just don't have the capacity to value you, you know? But either way, you should make steps to value yourself, prioritize yourself, and leave these miserable people where they are at, you know? Because they're just going to continue to be miserable. And that's not your fault. So, hope this helps, hope this was useful.